Ubisoft started showing full-screen pop-up ad during the middle of Assassin's Creed Odyssey gameplay this week. Ubisoft tells Verge it was a technical error. Full-screen pop-up appeared in Assassin's Creed Odyssey for some players this week. Well, this is confusing. It says the video ad appeared during the middle of gameplay. Okay, so this was an actual user. What I usually say about stuff like this is that one point on a graph doesn't mean anything, but multiple points make a line. And this is... Nobody wants to get an ad every time they open up their map in a video game. And do you know why they don't want that? Let me tell you why. It's because if you have to open your map every single time, and every time you open your map you get an ad, what's going to happen is they're going to take the mini-map out of video games. That way you have to refer to your map more often, and you have to use it more often, which will cause you to interface with the ads more frequently. So yes, I find this to be very problematic, and I don't think that it should exist. So yes, in-game advertisement. Oh, I have no problem with them advertising things in-game, and they're completely within their right of doing it. However, I do think that it's not good for the consumer. And I think that consumers should try, I mean, gamers rise up, try to push back against this kind of stuff. I don't think that we have enough data here to go and say, yes, this is what's happening. Ubisoft did it on purpose. Because, and here's why I think that's not the case. This is a user playing a video game that you can buy, right? Everybody can buy this game right now and play it themselves. It's a 2018 game. So what do you think the odds are that only one user ever has had this happen, and it's actually some sort of grand design plan by Ubisoft? I find this to be very, very low. This is an extremely low probability, right? This is a 0% probability. And I don't think that it's something that we could really like. I don't think that this does not warrant a hate video about Ubisoft for. However, it does express a lot of trepidation and concern that a lot of people have, because we're sick of having every single different version. Like after you buy, it's like you buy a movie and there's ads in the middle of the movie. It's awful. This kind of shit should be considered unacceptable. Well, this is the problem. I've really got to stop you there. The word should is such a useless word. Like, this is the most meaningless word ever. The only thing that the gaming community can actually rally behind right now is hating NFT games. And the only reason that the gaming community can rally around hating NFT games is because every NFT game that comes out is garbage. Whenever a good NFT game comes out, people are going to play it and they're not going to care. So yeah. Not many people play this game lately, so it's hard to say either way. Yeah, but I bet a ton of people, as soon as this happened, probably logged on and tried to do it themselves and didn't recreate the bug. So if nobody else was able to recreate this, then it probably didn't happen. Which companies nowadays are good? The good game developers. Like game developers that I would pre-order from. Larian, From Software, Nintendo, Grinding Gear Games, Capcom, Riot, Rockstar. I would, yeah. I mean, they've never delivered a bad game. And if they did, it was like a really long time ago and it was like a remaster or something like that. They've never really delivered a new bad game, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is my personal opinion. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, but that's like my off the top of my head list. We'll read some comments about this since obviously I missed out on it. That's a Ubisoft pop-up, not an Xbox one, before people start getting riled up that Xbox is forcing ads. Yep, of course, it's Ubisoft, the same people who added grind to their games and then DLC to lessen paid grind. There it is. Nice Ubisoft, classy as always. Is this real? If not, fuck Ubisoft. I would immediately uninstall. Oh, that's gross. I feel like a lot of people are... Like, I think they're overreacting. I do. I think that people are overreacting to this. So this is what Ubisoft said. Ubisoft is blaming a technical error for a full-screen pop-up ad that appears in Assassin's Creed Odyssey this week. Reddit users say they spotted. What do you mean, they? There's been 2 people who have said this happened to me in Injustice 2 earlier. Huh. Well, now they... Well, this is what I saw. Like, so this is what I thought. I thought that this person was misrepresenting what happened because it only happened to one person. But in fact, it had happened to 2 people that had reported this happening to them. So, yeah, they can mean singular. Yes, but users isn't singular. That's how I know that they weren't referring to they as like a third gender thing or something like that. Users is plural. They can be singular. Yeah, so basically this article, they got 2 guide. Fair enough, but still, yeah, no, people, it would be nice if people understood English, but it's okay. What's the rest of this? This is disgusting to experience while playing, remarked one Reddit user, summarizing the general feeling against such pop-ups in the middle of gameplay. And then Ubisoft responds to this, and it says, we've been made aware that some players encountered pop-up ads while playing certain Assassin's Creed titles yesterday. And this is the Ubisoft spokesperson. This was the result of a technical error that we addressed as soon as we learned of the issue. Okay. Well, hopefully they're not lying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready to torch them based off of one thing like this. I'm sorry, guys. I know you always want me to go on the warpath for something like this, but I usually allow a person one mistake. I'm going to give them one mistake, but I will also say that if this continues to be the case and it is not an accident in future games, then I will consider it extremely problematic, man. That's what I think. No, torch the shit out of them. This was planned at some point. They thought about this and then they accidentally deployed it. Well, I don't know why it happened. I don't understand the way the code works in this kind of a game. I have no idea. All I'm saying is that I think that it's okay to afford a person a singular mistake, but if it continues happening, then yes, I will be farming a lot of videos about how bad this is. Yeah. The software developer, this went through many checks. I think it did too, because like, you know how much work and time it takes in order to approve something to go on console? It's like even Blizzard talked about this. As much as a show for corporate companies. Am I? Well, let me find out why. Why am I a shill? What? How am I shilling? What Ubisoft game have I ever played? You think I give a fuck about Assassin's Creed? I think it's the stupidest fucking game I've ever seen. It's boring. I don't care about this fucking company. Go ahead, explain how I'm a shill. Presents another side to an argument, shill? Well, I'm not even presenting a side, I'm just applying logic to it. Like, if it only happens to 2 people and then Ubisoft immediately says it's a mistake, I don't think that you could have had it... Like, I don't really agree that A/B testing for something like that only occurred to 2 people, and we only have 2 instances of people even saying this happened, and only 1 recorded instance. They probably would have applied it to a lot more people, and then judged a general reaction more, because they would have more data to go off of if people actually continued playing the game or stopped playing the game. So I don't think that's the reason. It's just an idiot. Anyway, I don't want to sit around and like wait and argue with this guy. It doesn't matter. Don't agree with it. There must be some nefarious reason you don't agree with the chatter. I think that there are a lot of times where people want to immediately burn everything down whenever something happens that they don't like or they don't agree with. And I really respect that. I understand it. But I always have the mindset that I want to make sure that I am pursuing as much of truth as I can. I am like pursuing some sort of reality. I'm not making things up. I'm not trying to fill in the gaps. I'm trying to actually understand things as they are happening to me. Too many people go into something like this and they've already made up their mind as soon as they read the title, and then they never think about it anywhere past that. And I want to make sure that I make another thing very clear with this. If this happens more, I absolutely think that we should get upset about this. I absolutely think that you should not buy games like this. Don't buy them, don't support them, don't do anything like this. So yeah, I just don't think that we have enough data right here in order to be sure that something like this happened. That's all I'm saying. Like, it happened on purpose. Once is a mistake, twice though. Exactly, yeah.